up, guys? Today I'm back on the 66 Chevelle. I've got a door skin to put on, but before I can get that done, I've got to put a patch panel on the door frame. So stick around and see how that turns out. All right, this is a 66 Chevelle a guy brought to me. It was pretty rusty when he brought it in, so I've got quite a few new panels on it. New quarters, of course, you can see that. Inside, I've had to replace the whole inside of the trunk. New mini tubs, outer wheel wells, the package tray, had to replace all that. Basically everything but the roof. Here's the door on this side. I've already got the skin on it. It's got a little bit of work still to do. Finish some sabot welds around the sides, and it'll be ready. It's got a new floor in it. Just a one-piece floor, front to back. I had to cut out a little bit and make some room. He's got a 6-speed manual in there out of a Camaro, so had to make a little extra room for that. New fenders and a new rocker panel down there. So it's getting close now, so I just gotta get a few more things done. This door skin I've got to put on this frame. It's ready to go. I've got some repair work to do down here on the door. It's got a little rod in it, so I'm gonna do some cutting on that, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, I'm going to start out here on this top radius. I've got a piece here that's already pretty close to fitting. Anytime you see a rust hole like that, those little holes, that rust is going to be way out here around it. So don't just cut right there at the hole and think you're going to patch it. That's going to be so thin, you're never going to be able to weld it back up. So I'm going to go out here quite a ways around it because I got a couple of holes here and there. So I'm going to go out around that and try to capture all that rust that I can, but I'm just going to mainly take the shape that I already have, cut it off to fit in there, and then we'll go back and pitch weld it back into the flat spot, and just try to simplify it. Don't try to make everything at once, or you're just going to make it harder on yourself, and then you'll get frustrated. So here's the piece cut out of there, and here's the piece I've cut out of the spare part I have. The radius was a little bit off. It didn't fit exactly in there at first, so I had to take a shrinker on this edge here. So the shrinker makes this shorter, which tightens up your radius, makes it sharper. So then you can just keep matching it up and shrinking it or hammering it, dollying it, making the radius better, however you want to do. Make it fit in there. And then we got the first piece of it done. So now I can get that welded in. I'll leave this side not welded, of course, and work on this radius down here. And then we'll come back to that flat spot and fill it in. Okay, there's the patchwork all done. Looks pretty good. It's all ground out smooth. It all laid in there pretty nice. Here's the pieces that come out of there. Right there. And right there. So worked out pretty good where it overlapped. I didn't have to put an extra piece in there. All came together pretty good. I had to do one little pie cut right there to close that up. This was a little wide, so I had to cut it out and hammer it and dolly it back in a little bit. Fit in there pretty good. Should work out pretty good for that. Alright, since I've got the frame all patched up, I can go ahead and start putting the door skin on it. Pretty simple. Got the door skin, lay it down, grab the frame, stick it up in there. Pretty much just sits in place. Like to just roll the edges over a little bit, get the skin a little tighter on it, fold it back on the car, get the door in there square and racked up. The skin will move a little bit on the frame, and so you can get a little racked one way or the other. So I like to square up the frame and the door first, and then tack the skin in place so it doesn't move, and then bring it back out here, fold it over tight, tack all the rest of the spots, and seam seal it, paint it, get it going. Well, you can see here I got the door all mounted, fender mounted. The gaps are pretty close. Still got a little fine tuning to do. There's going to be a lot of that before it's ready to paint. But I'll go ahead and mold the corners of the door skin. There's a few gaps right here. Those little tabs there, I'll have to weld those up. get it all stiffened up, and then I can do the final welding on the inside, get all the gaps right, and then it'll be ready to paint. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around and watching the video. That was a pretty simple project today. If anybody needs some additional information on the door skin, let me know. I'll stick out another video there. Do all the stuff down below and check back in with me. I've got a lot of stuff to do on the Chevelle. I'll try to throw up some more videos. I've got a lot of projects here in the shop, so I'm gonna try to keep stuff coming. Hang in there with me, and hopefully I can get something out pretty quick and more frequent. Thanks again for checking in, and I'll see you on the next one.